60 candles on the cake, a moment of reflection. For many, this milestone whispers a quiet question. How many years do I have left? But what if the secret to a century-long life isn't found in a miracle cure or a remote blue zone, but in the notable absence of certain age-related ailments? Emerging research suggests that if you cross the threshold of 60 while dodging a specific cluster of chronic diseases, your odds of joining the centenarian club may be far higher than you think. Engaging question. So, what are these 5 critical health conditions that act as major roadblocks on the path to 100? And if you've avoided them so far, what does your body's resilience reveal about your longevity blueprint? Call to action. We'd love to hear from you. After reading, scroll down to the comments and tell us, which of these 5 health aspects are you most proactively managing, and what's one habit you've committed to for your long-term health? If you do not have these 5 diseases after 60, you have a high chance to live to 100. Reaching the age of 60 is a significant achievement, a testament to a life lived with its share of experiences, challenges, and resilience. In our later decades, health often becomes the central focus of our quality of life. While genetics play a role, a compelling body of gerontological research indicates that the absence of certain major chronic diseases by age 60 is a powerful predictor of exceptional longevity, making the dream of living to 100 a highly plausible reality. This isn't about promoting fear or lack. It's about understanding the key pillars of health that, when strong, can support a remarkably long and vibrant life. It highlights the concept of compression of morbidity, the idea that major illnesses can be pushed into the very final stages of a long life, preserving years of health and vitality. Let's explore the 5 critical diseases that, if absent at 60, significantly boost your statistical chance of becoming a centenarian. 1. Cardiovascular disease, CVD, the silent clock. Cardiovascular disease, encompassing coronary artery disease, heart failure, stroke, and hypertension, remains the leading cause of death globally. By age 60, the cumulative effects of lifestyle, diet, and genetics often manifest as plaque buildup, arterial stiffness, or elevated blood pressure. Why its absence is critical. The heart and vascular system are your body's lifeline. Avoiding clinical CVD by 60 suggests your circulatory system has weathered decades with remarkable efficiency. It implies healthy blood pressure management, favorable cholesterol profiles, not just total cholesterol, but a healthy balance of HDL and LDL particles, and possibly resilient endothelial function. Studies, such as those following the Framingham Heart Study cohorts, consistently show that individuals with optimal cardiovascular health metrics in middle age live up to 14 years longer free of CVD. Not having CVD at 60 means you've likely avoided significant structural damage to this critical system, giving you a monumental head start. What it reflects about your habits and biology. This absence often points to a lifetime of, or at least a strong period of, heart-healthy practices. It may suggest consistent physical activity, a diet low in processed foods and trans fats, effective stress management, and an avoidance of smoking. It could also indicate favorable genetics related to cholesterol metabolism and blood pressure regulation. Your body has proven its ability to manage one of the most complex and demanding systems against constant wear and tear. 2. Type 2 diabetes and significant metabolic dysfunction. More than just high blood sugar, type 2 diabetes is a profound state of metabolic dysregulation. It reflects insulin resistance, where the body's cells no longer respond effectively to insulin, leading to systemic inflammation, oxidative stress, and damage to blood vessels, nerves, and organs. Why its absence is critical. Diabetes is often called an accelerated aging disease. It dramatically increases the risk for CVD, kidney failure, nephropathy, vision loss, retinopathy, neuropathy, and cognitive decline. Avoiding a diabetes diagnosis by 60 indicates that your pancreas, liver, and muscles are still communicating effectively regarding energy use and storage. It means your body maintains a stable glycemic control, preventing the toxic, sugar-rich environment that glycates proteins and damages tissues. Research from the New England Centenarian Study notes that centenarians rarely have a history of diabetes, and their insulin signaling pathways often remain exceptionally sensitive even at advanced ages. What it reflects about your habits and biology. Staying diabetes-free suggests a long-term balance in diet, particularly in managing refined carbohydrate and sugar intake, coupled with maintaining a healthy body composition and muscle mass. Muscle is a major site for glucose disposal. It also hints at a lifestyle that has managed to avoid chronic, visceral obesity, a primary driver of insulin resistance. Your metabolism has retained its flexibility, a key marker of biological youth. 3. Major neurodegenerative diseases, e.g., Alzheimer's and related dementias. Cognitive decline is one of the most feared aspects of aging. While some minor age-related memory slowing is common, major neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's involve the progressive loss of neurons, brain structure, and ultimately identity. Why its absence is critical. The pathological processes leading to Alzheimer's, like amyloid plaque and tau tangle accumulation, often begin silently decades before symptoms appear. Reaching 60 without cognitive impairment or diagnosis suggests your brain has formidable resilience, so-called cognitive reserve. This reserve is built through a lifetime of education, intellectual engagement, and social activity, which creates dense, interconnected neural networks that can withstand damage longer. The absence of significant neurodegeneration at 60 means your brain's vascular health, synaptic plasticity, and waste clearance systems, like the glymphatic system, are functioning well. This dramatically increases the chance of maintaining independence and clarity into very old age. What it reflects about your habits and biology. It reflects a history of using your brain, but also points to the interconnectedness of all systems. Good cardiovascular health, which is brain vascular health, controlled inflammation, quality sleep, critical for brain detoxification, and possibly protective genetic factors like the ApoE2 variant. It suggests you may have actively managed risks like hypertension and diabetes, which are major contributors to vascular dementia. 4. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, and significant respiratory decline. Our lungs are our interface with a vital element of oxygen. COPD, primarily driven by smoking, but also by pollution and occupational exposures, involves the progressive and irreversible destruction of lung tissue, emphysema, and chronic airway inflammation, bronchitis. Why its absence is critical. Healthy lung capacity and function are non-negotiable for vitality and resilience. Lungs have a functional reserve that we gradually lose with age, but COPD accelerates this loss dramatically. Avoiding significant respiratory disease by 60 means your lungs have maintained a large enough functional reserve to efficiently oxygenate your blood without strain. This supports every other organ, especially the heart and brain. It reduces the risk of fatal respiratory infections like pneumonia, which are major killers in the frail elderly. Robust pulmonary health is a cornerstone of physical resilience. What it reflects about your habits and biology. Most directly, it strongly suggests a lifetime of avoiding tobacco smoke, the leading cause of COPD. It may also reflect limited exposure to indoor air pollutants like biomass cooking fuel and occupational dust/chemicals. It indicates that you've likely preserved good respiratory muscle strength and perhaps maintained cardiorespiratory fitness through regular aerobic activity. Your body has successfully defended a critical and delicate barrier against a lifetime of environmental insults. 5. Major cancers, particularly aggressive or systemic types. Cancer is the result of cumulative genetic mutations and the failure of immune surveillance. While cancer risk increases with age, some individuals reach older ages without a major cancer diagnosis, suggesting superior DNA repair mechanisms and immune competency. Why its absence is critical. Avoiding a diagnosis of a major, invasive cancer, e.g., lung, colorectal, pancreatic, advanced prostate, or breast cancer, by age 60 is significant because it means your body's innate anti-cancer defenses have worked effectively for 6 decades. These defenses include accurate DNA replication and repair enzymes, a vigilant immune system that can identify and destroy aberrant cells, immunosurveillance, and a cellular environment influenced by diet and lifestyle that doesn't excessively promote growth and inflammation. Surviving to 100 often requires evading or successfully defeating cancer, as it becomes increasingly common with each passing decade. What it reflects about your habits and biology. It reflects a combination of possibly favorable genetics, e.g., in DNA repair genes like BRCA1/2 when functional, a lifestyle that minimizes carcinogen exposure, no smoking, moderate alcohol, sun protection, and habits that may suppress cancer-promoting pathways. This includes a diet rich in phytochemicals from plants, maintaining a healthy weight, reducing chronic inflammation linked to cancer, and possibly regular physical activity, which enhances immune function and regulates hormones. The interconnected web. Why these 5 are key. These 5 disease categories are not isolated. They are interconnected through shared underlying biological processes. Chronic inflammation, a common thread in CVD, diabetes, neurodegeneration, and cancer. Oxidative stress. Cellular damage from free radicals contributes to all 5. Lifestyle roots, diet, activity, smoking, and stress management profoundly impact each condition. Vascular health. The health of your blood vessels is crucial for the brain, heart, kidneys, and lungs. Therefore, not having these diseases by 60 suggests you have, through luck, lifestyle, or likely both, managed to keep these destructive root processes in check. You have likely enjoyed a degree of homeostatic resilience, your body's ability to return to balance after stress. That is the true hallmark of longevity. What if you do have one of these conditions? This information is predictive, not deterministic. A diagnosis at or after 60 is not a life sentence to a shortened life. Modern medicine is miraculous. Excellent management of hypertension with medication, superb glycemic control in diabetes through diet and new drugs, early detection and treatment of cancers, and effective rehabilitation for COPD can all dramatically alter trajectories. The key takeaway is the severity and control. Well-managed conditions are a different story than advanced, uncontrolled diseases. The goal is always to preserve function and quality of life, regardless of the starting point. The centenarian mindset, more than just avoidance. Reaching 100 isn't solely about disease avoidance. It's also about the presence of positive traits observed in centenarian studies. Social connection. Strong relationships combat stress and inflammation. Purpose and optimism. A positive outlook and a reason to get up in the morning are linked to lower stress hormones and healthier behaviors. Adaptability. The ability to cope with life's losses and stresses without crumbling. Consistent, moderate movement. Not necessarily marathon running, but a life integrated with physical activity, gardening, walking, daily chores. Conclusion. A map, not a destiny. If you're over 60 and do not have these 5 major diseases, the statistical odds are indeed in your favor. Your body has demonstrated a formidable defense system. This is a cause for celebration and motivation, not to become complacent, but to double down on the practices that have served you well. Nourishing food, purposeful movement, rich social ties, intellectual curiosity, and proactive health screenings. For those younger than 60, this list serves as a powerful, evidence-based map. It highlights the areas where lifelong investment pays the ultimate dividend: time. The choices you make each day in what you eat, how you move, how you rest, and how you connect are deposits in your HealthSpan savings account, compounding interest for decades to come. The path to 100 is paved not with perfection, but with consistent, mindful care of the incredible, resilient organism that is your body. Whether you are 45, 60, or 75, it is never too early or too late to strengthen these pillars and tilt the odds toward a longer, healthier, and more vibrant life. Remember to share your thoughts below. Which of these 5 health aspects are you most proactively managing, and what's one habit you've committed to for your long-term health? Your insight could inspire others on their journey.